If you have experienced panic, you're going to want to listen to this. This is our second how to talks in this series, and I am going to talk today about the mechanism of a panic attack and how to get free. Okay? So, what is panic? Let's start out there. Panic is basically fight or flight frozen. Okay. So, God gave us a beautiful mechanism in our body, and we call it fight, flight, or freeze. So, whenever we feel threatened by something, we respond, right? So, kind of like if we think about if you're going to cross the street and a car comes around the corner and you jump back. That is a God given protection mechanism that we have to keep us safe. The thing is, with a panic attack, it's like we go to cross the street and the car comes around the corner and we jump back in fear, but there's no car. And so then we begin to feel panic because basically our brain gets confused and we go into that freeze. So panic attacks can feel like, there are hundreds of symptoms. It's amazing what the body can do. You can feel hot flashes. You can feel like you can't breathe. Some people say they feel like they're dying. You can feel an immense amount of fear. Years ago, when I was stuck in panic mode, that's what it was for me. An overwhelming sense of fear washing through that I just couldn't stop. You could feel paralyzed. A person can be shaking, feel like you can't think straight, feel foggy, get headaches, all sorts of symptoms, and it feels awful. So, this is a way that our body is trying to warn us threat, something is wrong. But the problem is, and why we get stuck in a panic attack, is because nothing is wrong. That's what a panic attack is. It's being stuck. It's being stuck. You can begin to feel those symptoms, but then when you feel like you can't control it, you're stuck because your body's trying to tell you there's threat and there's no threat. So let me tell you what panic mimics in the brain. This is by far, for years, the one thing I have taught because it is so close to how this works in the brain and it stood the test of time. So I want you to think about a bully. I want you to think about a middle school on the playground, classic bully situation. A panic attack is like that bully. And so when we have to respond to that bully, we have three options. You have three options to respond to that bully. I want you to think about the first scenario when there's a bully over top of you and you just get really mad and angry and you try to fight and go after that bully. What is that bully going to do? That bully is going to say, "Oh, she's a lot of fun. Let's keep going and go after her." In the second scenario, if you've got that bully over top of you and you just get really scared and run away, what is that bully going to think? That bully is going to say, "Oh, she's a lot of fun," and continue to come after you. But what about this third scenario? This is the one that's really important. What if you have that bully over you, getting ready to fight and getting you scared, and you say to that bully, "What? You're ridiculous. I don't have time for you. Go do what you're going to do. You're the one that's going to get in trouble. You're not going to kill me. You're silly. I've got things to do." What is that bully going to do? Well, that bully is going to get confused. And that bully is going to say, "Oh, she's not very much fun. And I need to go find someone to bully because this isn't working. And that bully is going to go away. This is how panic works in the brain. A panic attack is like a bully. Stop and think for a minute. It's only thoughts. A panic attack is just composed of thoughts. There is no threat. There is no threat. We feel scared, right? You feel scared when you start to feel that panic, but there's no threat. That's not going to kill you. It might feel that way, but it's not going to kill you. So you need to respond to that panic attack bully in that third scenario by standing up to it and saying, I'm not doing this. We're not doing this anymore. So, what does this look like in real life? There are 4 steps to implement standing up to that panic attack bully. Okay? 4 steps. Number 1, acknowledge. Acknowledge it. When you begin to feel those feelings of panic, go to your car, lay down in your room, go into a bathroom stall, step outside, whatever you need to do, and acknowledge it with full grace. I know what this is. This is panic. This is a panic attack coming on. And be real with yourself. This is frustrating. I don't have time for this. I can't believe this came back again. I haven't had one in 2 years. Acknowledge it for what it is. Next, invite it in. I tell people, invite it in for a cup of tea. And that might sound crazy. And you might be saying, why would I want to invite in something that feels so terrible? Because if you don't stand up to that bully, if you get afraid and run away, if you start fighting and walking and breathing and doing all these techniques, you're going to be showing that bully you're afraid of it. And it will continue. So stand up to it by inviting it in. Invite it in for a cup of tea. This doesn't feel good. I know what this is, but I am going to let it wash through and wash out. Wash through and wash out. And talk to yourself in your heart through this. Trust the process. Trust your brain. Trust your body. Trust yourself. Let these feelings wash through and wash out. I know that my body is just trying to protect me. I know my body feels like there's a threat right now. And so I'm confused and I'm stuck because there's no threat. But I know this is going to wash through and wash out. It always does. It will again this time. It will not kill me. It will not hurt me. It never has. And it's not going to this time. And just let it be. And I promise you, it will begin to dissolve away. When the panic attack bully sees that you're not afraid of it anymore, it flees. It goes. Just like a real bully on a middle school playground. When it sees you're not afraid of it, it's gonna go and find someone else. And this is how getting free from panic really works in the brain. Number 4, be free. Be free. Trust that when you actually feel better, you're actually feeling better. Trust that when you haven't had panic in 2 days, it's okay. You actually haven't had panic in 2 days. The thing is, I talk with a lot of clients that whether they know it or not, most of them don't. They want to stay. They want to stay stuck. They want to stay suffering because they've suffered for so many years, and that's what's comfortable. And we can all fall into that. Oh, I'm just prone to panic. Oh, my whole family has it. I'm going to have it too. Oh, I'm just a stressy person. Oh, I'm just a panicky one. And when you begin to label yourself like that and claim that as a part of life, you're not going to be able to be free. So when you start to put these 4 steps into place and feel that freedom and see that panic bully leaving you alone, be free, enjoy it, and trust that. We can see this real time example in Matthew 14:22 through 33. The disciples were on the boat out in rough seas and in the middle of the night. That's how panic feels, right? It's like dark and you're alone in the middle of the night. And they see Jesus walking toward them. And Peter wanted to go to him. He wanted to walk on water too. He wanted to step out in the boat. He wanted to face that panic attack bully and say, no more. I'm not going to be afraid. I know who that is. That is Jesus. I can trust him. So Peter steps out of the boat. He acknowledged the fear. He acknowledged what was going on. He stepped out of the boat. He invited those feelings in for a cup of tea. And he trusted the process. He trusted Jesus. He trusted that if he kept his eyes on Jesus, that he would be okay. And he was. And he was walking on water. He blipped up for a minute. He took his eyes away from Jesus. He took his eyes away from the process, and he began to get afraid again, and he began to sink. But then he put his eyes back on Jesus and realized that it was okay and he was free. I have taught this for years, and I have seen woman after woman and male after male get free from panic attacks using these 4 steps. I've experienced it myself many, many years ago, and I have been free from this for many, many years since. I promise you, it works and you can truly be free.